Well, it's been an uphill battle, but I actually have gotten my Farmall C to run. I've been fighting it now for a couple of months. I've been tinkering with it off and on, had a friend come over and spend 3 or 4 hours on it. We've changed the points, the plugs, the wires, the condenser, uh, you know, rebuilt the carb, checked the valves, checked the timing, checked the compression. I even took off the manifold to see if it was plugged, and it had a little bit of stuff in it, but nothing major, nothing to prevent it from starting. We had taken fuel and put it in the carb. We'd sprayed starter fluid in it. We'd taken the plugs out and put some gas in there. We had good spark, but it just flat refused to fire off. Well, I was out here one day, a couple days ago, tinkering with it, and I decided, well, I'm going to see what's going on here. So I pulled that line off. That goes to the carb up the sediment bowl, and figuring, well, maybe it's plugged up, but no, it was clear. And I got to looking at it, and there was no fuel coming out of the sediment bowl, even though it's full. So I pulled the sediment bowl off, and I caught the gas that came out of the tank under, up above it there, and it was clear too. There was nothing plugging it up. So I decided, well, I've about had it for one day, so I threatened to paint the tractor green and set it out for yard art, and it kind of shivered at the mention of the green paint, but it held on to its stubborn ways. So I went on into the house, and I got to thinking about an old skit that Cheech and Chong did back in the 70s. And they're trying to start their car, and one of them says to the other, are you out of gas? And he says, no, I put 59 cents worth in 2 days ago, so I can't be out of gas. And then he says, well, did you check the air in the tires? And I kind of laughed, and I sent him a text message that to my friend, and said that I'm going to go out and check the air in the tires, see if that does any good. I've done everything else, might as well try that. And he probably thought I was nuts, but I came out here and got to looking at the tractor, and it's the front tires were aired up, and you can't hardly tell, but there's a little hump in the floor there, and they're sitting right on that hump. And the back tires were completely flat. I've since aired them up, but so the tractor was pretty much nose up attitude. Well, I got the air compressor out, and I filled them tires up, and I said a little prayer and kind of laughed to myself, and went around the other side, turned the switch on, and pulled the starter rod, and she fired over. I couldn't believe it. Ran for a little while, and I shut it off, and got to thinking about it. And if you look, even though the sediment bowl is full, that fuel line goes up and over and back down to the carburetor. Well, with those back tires flat and the front tires fully inflated and sitting on that little hump, the tractor was sitting nose up, so the fuel wouldn't gravity feed down that line into the carb. And it's kind of funny, but if anybody ever tells you that checking the air in the tires won't help something start, I'm here to attest that, oh, yeah, it does affect it. So I'll keep tinkering with it and post update videos when I can.